Grayzone, 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 Grayzone.
We're back on the Grayzone, another great episode of a great radio show with another great guest. Here with us today is Shao from the Mortal Kombat series. How are you doing, Shao?
I'm doing quite fine, actually.
How's Liu Kang doing?
He might be dead, but I'm not sure this time.
Last time I played, he was in fact dead, chains and all.
Yeah, last time I saw him, he was hanging, with his head removed from, a wall of spikes. But, you know, in, how this goes, you know, people survive that all the time in this industry.
Yeah, you know, somebody else picks up the sticks, challenges you to a fight, they use Liu Kang again, you're like, whoa, I just killed that man, why is he coming back? I don't know, it happens.
Yeah, it's really strange, because when you kill, like, a reptile, like, 30 times, it really starts to mess with your head. So, I'm actually on a vacation right now.
Oh, that's nice. Where are you vacationing? Besides on, the Grayzone, of course.
Well, I just, left, Hawaii, flew in from Japan, you know, visiting all of the, you know, high-class places.
Oh, yeah, Square Enix. I hear they're doing well. Some mishap with a bomb or something a couple days ago, though. You wouldn't happen to have been involved in that?
No, actually. There was this one Japanese programmer who insisted that I called him Bob, who wanted me to give him some layouts of the production studio, but I've actually never been there myself.
You know, visiting Japan, I can't help but comment on this. Sorry if I'm being rude. Visiting Japan has seemed to have done wonders for your American accent.
Yes, it has. It's mostly acting in that industry, but I assure you that everything you see is completely real. It's just the voice is actually acting.
As real as wrestling.
As real as wrestling,
if not more real. I mean, it's not hard to get realer than wrestling.
It's quite hard. Yes.
Here on the Grayzone, we try to maintain a certain amount of factuality, so you can be certain you're always getting quality here on the Grayzone. Anyway, back to Shao Kahn.
I'm visiting here in this area on request to discuss my how do you put it?
Your problem is how we usually handle things like teen pregnancy and alcoholism and AIDS delicately here on the Grayzone, so we'll just call it your problem for now. How is the counseling going? Last time we talked to you here on the Grayzone, it was a strict counseling regimen. How is it doing now?
It's doing quite well. I've managed to cut down the death of my counselor to only 2 a week.
Only 2 a week for how long?
About a year now.
See, for those of you just tuning in, young Shao Kahn, he had problems. But it's getting better now. He's been in counseling for, about a year, cutting down on counselor deaths per week to about 2. And I think he's doing much better. He's worked on his accent, or acting as he put it before. I don't believe it. Anyway,
yeah, you see, I'm going to be guest starring in a TV series, and that is why I'm working on my American accent.
Mortal Kombat's making a series.
No, I'm the movie Chuck, the series Chuck. A lot of the viewers may have seen it.
I can't say that I have.
It's a computer salesman gets a chip in his head and he becomes a super spy. That's the gist of it. I'll be playing one of the antagonists in the upcoming episode.
Sticking with your specialties, good to see. You know, you are one of my favorite 2 antagonists in the Mortal Kombat series. Anyway, we're cutting to commercials here real fast. We will be back with our special guest Shao Kahn after commercial break. See you there.
If you were to buy a guitar for your girlfriend, where would you go? If you were going to buy a trombone for investment purposes, where would If you're looking for assorted goods from every end of the earth, where do you go? The pawn shop. The pawn shop. The pawn shop is the place to go to buy any odd or end in the world. The pawn shop. The pawn shop. The pawn shop.
Are you ready for a smackdown, brother? There's gonna be a Wrestling Federation throwback in Portland coming up soon.
Welcome back to the Grayzone, loyal listeners. We're here with Shao Kahn. You may know him from Mortal Kombat or Chuck. We've all out of Diet Pepsi, so we're gonna be sober the rest of the night. Shao Kahn?
I too am a fan of Diet Pepsi.
Then that makes one of us.
Well, that's awkward.
Yes it is. Oh, look, we've got a caller.
Hey, Shao Kahn. Hey, Shao Kahn, it's a chameleon. Remember that one time when I ripped off your head and threw it into a railroad system?
Yes, that was quite painful. Aren't you supposed to be dead?
Yeah, man. Don't you know? We, do this thing. We respawn. Did you know that?
I guess I do know that, but seeing as how I've punched through your chest cavity more than several times.
That's quite specific.
Yeah, man, he's just Shao Kahn's a basket case, dude. He can't get over the fact that he's a video game. He wishes he was a person. I heard he even listens to opera.
Opera? Well, that is quite an interesting choice, Shao Kahn.
That's personal, reptile. Next time I fight you in the pit, I don't think I'll leave you in more than 300 pieces.
Yeah, maybe the first round, but then, the second one, I'm just gonna kick your ass.
Well, this just keeps getting more interesting. I admit I am guilty of kicking both Chameleon and Shao Kahn's asses respectively. One interesting thing to note about the Mortal Kombat series, does it ever confuse you, the fact that there appears to be no lines drawn between the factions anymore? I mean, Chameleon and yourself used to be allies?
Reptile and yes, we used to be allies, but we're still forced into combat due to tournament style play, as it were.
Now, Chameleon, you have any more comments, Dad?
Well, man, I was just saying, dude, Shao Kahn, you really need to get over yourself. Seriously, Liu Kang, he's over here right now. He is so cracking up. He thinks you're funny as heck.
Well, that was an interesting caller. It appears you have a challenger for your next match, Shao Kahn.
I feel more than confident that I can remove his spine through the back of his neck.
Now, one disorienting fact, have you ever had to face yourself in different clothing or costumes, as us casual gamers put it?
Yes, that happens about every third weekday when the twins are over.
The twins?
Yeah.
Elaborate more on this point, please, for our viewers' benefit.
The twins being the friends that come over and squabble over who gets to play who, and
what are their names?
It varies on the household, actually.
Oh, I see. So no specific twins in mind, then?
Unless you're counting Tawny and Jessica.
I'm not certain if Tawny is a boy's name or a girl's name, but that is hot. Anyway, so fighting yourself is disorienting, yes?
Yes, it is disorienting, and when I find myself ripping my own skull out, I get a sense of vertigo, and I don't quite know who actually won there.
What about the two-dimensional isometric view system of the games?
It's actually less complicated than, say, here in this room. The two-dimensional things makes it quite simple. You only go forward or backwards.
Well, thank you, Shao Kahn. We're all out of time, unfortunately, for today. That was Shao Kahn from the Mortal Kombat series. You're listening to the Grayzone. Tune in next time, loyal listeners. Thank you.